In this video, we will introduce our work on temporal foveated fluid animation in virtual reality. This work explores how we can allocate simulation time steps based on human perceptual sensitivity to achieve real-time performance while preserving visual realism. In immersive VR, maintaining a high frame rate is essential for comfort and presence. However, physics-based fluid simulation is computationally expensive. Previous work has explored spatial fovation, adapting spatial resolution according to gaze and scene characteristics. In contrast, temporal resolution is typically uniform across the entire scene and remains largely underexplored. In numerical simulation, time step size directly controls physical accuracy and stability. Smaller time steps improve incompressibility and reduce numerical error, but significantly increase computational cost. However, uniform temporal resolution across the visual field is not always perceptually necessary. For example, intense flows with strong compression require small time steps to maintain stability, while calm water can tolerate larger time steps without noticeable perceptual degradation. To address this, we propose a temporal foveated fluid framework that integrates perceptual modeling with a temporally adaptive PBF solver. The framework consists of 4 components. First, we obtain the user's gaze position and compute the density deviation of each particle. Second, we estimate a local time step for each particle using a perceptual time step function based on eccentricity and density deviation. Third, we simulate the fluid using an asynchronous PBF solver that supports particle-wise time steps. Finally, we render the fluid using a screen space fluid rendering method. Our temporal foveated fluid model integrates a perceptual time step function. We model the perceptual time step as a function of 2 factors: density deviation, which reflects local fluid compression, and visual eccentricity, denoted as E. Each particle's time step is bounded between a lower limit T fine and an upper limit T base. The simulation proceeds using global substeps. Each frame interval T is divided into n global substeps, where n is determined by the minimum local time step among all particles. Within each global substep, local constraint solving is performed selectively according to each particle's assigned local time step. This design enables heterogeneous temporal resolution while maintaining global synchronization and stability. We implement this using an asynchronous PBF solver. All particles perform advection and external force integration at every global substep. Constraint solving is triggered based on accumulated local time, meaning particles with smaller time steps solve constraints more frequently. Local constraint substeps are distributed uniformly across global substeps. This approach preserves numerical stability while enabling temporal adaptivity. To derive perceptual time step thresholds, we conducted a 2-alternative forced choice study in VR. Participants compared temporally degraded animations with a high-fidelity reference simulated using a time step of 1/1200 seconds. In each trial, 2 circular patches were presented symmetrically around a fixation cross at a designated eccentricity. One patch showed the reference animation, the other showed a test animation simulated with a larger time step. Participants were asked to select the animation that appeared closer to the reference. We tested 3 eccentricities: 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and 30 degrees. Patch sizes were determined using the cortical magnification model. For each eccentricity, we tested 10 uniformly sampled time steps ranging from 1/600 to 1/60 seconds. We recruited 18 participants balanced by gender. 3 representative fluid scenarios were used in the study. We fitted logistic psychometric functions to the experimental responses. The 75% correct detection point was defined as the perceptual time step threshold. This yields estimated thresholds for each eccentricity. These thresholds were then fitted into a unified perceptual time step model. The resulting function is continuous and can be evaluated in real time during simulation. To validate our model, we compared 4 methods: high, which is high substep PBF as the numerical reference; mid, which is medium substep PBF with similar computational cost to our method; low, which is low substep PBF; and the proposed temporal foveated method denoted as hours. Participants viewed 5-second animations and selected which appeared more visually appealing and realistic. The study was conducted on a Meta Quest Pro headset with integrated eye tracking. 18 participants evaluated 3 fluid scenarios: cascade, channel, and pool. Here we show visual comparisons for the cascade scene. Our method closely matches the high-fidelity result and outperforms medium substep and low substep PBF in terms of temporal coherence and compression behavior. The voting results show no significant perceptual difference between high and hours. The selection rate is approximately 53%, which is close to random guess level, with no statistical significance. This indicates perceptual equivalence to high-fidelity simulation. In terms of performance, our method achieves up to 1.52 speedup over uniform high-resolution baselines across the tested scenarios. This enables real-time deployment in VR. To further quantify perceptual quality, we evaluated PSNR, SSIM, and LPIPS on uniformly sampled keyframes. Across most scenarios, hours outperforms mid, achieving higher PSNR and SSIM and lower LPIPS. In the channel scene, mid achieves slightly higher PSNR, but hours still obtains higher SSIM and lower LPIPS, indicating better perceptual quality overall. In summary, we introduce the first perceptually driven temporal foveated fluid model for VR. We design a temporally adaptive asynchronous PBF solver. Our approach is validated through controlled user studies, physical measurements, and objective perceptual metrics. Thank you.